Episode 13 of the Journeyman season finale, and I'm sure when we set our plans for next season, we're not going to have any issues at all, and nobody is going to want to leave. Hey everyone, Tony here, hope you're well. Episode 13 of the Journeyman. We're coming to the end of the season, and look at that. We've been offered a new contract. We're going to get to stay. We can continue the good work that we're doing at the club. I'm sure, of course, we'll talk more as the video goes on about the sort of work that we've been doing and what we're going to be looking at doing in the future. I'm going to be honest with you, I've been enjoying stuff so far. If you've been following the journey, I'm sure you know where we are. We're in the highest league in Belarus. If you've not been following the journey, then go have a little look back and get yourself caught up on the episodes so far. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you are brand new, or if you're a returning member and you've not subscribed, get yourself subscribed. We also have a Discord where we can chat about this sort of stuff as well, so link for that is in the description below, so come and get yourself involved. Now, in terms of the actual season, as you can see, it looks like mathematically we stayed up. We weren't expected to. We were expected to be like rock bottom, or at least in the relegation playoffs, but we've managed to steer the ship and we are safe. So another season in the highest league. I mean, look at that month of July. I don't know how we managed to stay up, to be honest. That's a terrible month. And we've had some poor results, really, like over the course of the season. Like, we've been lacking a bit of quality, I think. The step up from the first division to the highest league has been quite a large step up, but we've managed to get a couple of decent results, and that's sort of been what has ultimately kept our heads above water. A couple of big results earlier in the season, when we beat, when we beat Barte was a huge result. We beat Granite when we needed to beat Granite. They were sort of like, they finished bottom, so we're beating teams who are in and around us. Like, this is a good result here against Gommel, 2-0. And that's sort of what we've done, is we've managed to get goals, and we've not really embarrassed ourselves. We've not conceded a huge amount, so we've not been taking like big defeats, which I guess is sort of pleasing. I know defensively was an area that we needed to really strengthen. So I'm quite pleased that we haven't been losing like 5s and 6-0s and 4-0s a lot. But it is a case of we did need to try and tighten stuff up. It was always going to be tough coming up from the lower league into this division here. I mean, this is an absolutely outstanding goal here from Dzerzhinsk. Look at that. Pick that one out. Wins the ball on a yellow card as well. Goes in for a 50-50 challenge, and then still has the wherewithal to ping it in from like probably about 30 yards. It's a brilliant strike. Now, of course, as we say, this is the end of the season finale. We have stayed up, so it's kind of going to have like an exhibition feel, I think, in terms of the final match. So we'll talk a little bit about sort of plans for the future and what we're expecting from the club. So, of course, as you've seen, we've already signed the new contract. It just made sense. Like, I know we're on a journeyman career, and I mean, that's terrible goalkeeping from Golovenko to let that one slip in. Like, I know we're on a journeyman career, and I know the idea is to sort of try and keep moving clubs. At the minute, I think, let's have another season in the highest league in Belarus. I think that there's work to be done. I think we can look to progress the club on. Could we maybe go a couple of places higher, maybe finish mid-table next season? I don't know. I don't know. It depends upon so many factors. Like, recruitment's going to be the main one, obviously, as to who we bring in, who we can keep. That's going to be a big factor as well. But ultimately, I think there's maybe, because there's only like 2 more points would have taken us up to 8th. Based on this season, and a -5 goal difference. So we've not really embarrassed ourselves, I don't think. So potentially, we're going to have another look next year. This is, of course, the team that's going to run out against Brest. Golovenko, Zabritsky, Krzyszko, Smirnov, Bazaria, Szczesnecki, Kapski, Kovalevich, Fedyanin, Saramaka, and Brinchuk. I mean, that's as close to full strength as we're going to get. I would say that's pretty much the full strength team. Fedyanin, I think, has been a great signing this year. He's really had like some tremendous link up play, and I think he's been like a really great foil for Brinchuk. I think he's really helped bring him on it and get him some more goals, because obviously jumping up from the lower league into the higher league, there was going to be a question mark about what Brinchuk was going to do in terms of goal scoring, playing up top on his own. He got a lot of goals last year. he's got a decent amount of goals this year as well, and I think it is, in part due to Fedyan just playing behind him. And again, like Abramovich is, in fact, actually he's away already. He doesn't even need anybody. He's scored. He's got another one. 15 goals for the season for Brinchuk. I mean, we're saying about Fedyan being the man who's helped him out. He's done it himself there. Defender's gone up over the top of him. He's missed it. He's then gone past the other defender. Keeper's made a save, and then he's just dinged in the rebound. 8 minutes in, perfect start, and just like talismanic, I think is the description that we use for Brinchuk. I know we had a comment in the last video about sort of players that we find with goals. In fact, it may have been actually in the Grassroots to Glory video. There's a comment where we found some goal scorers, and Brinchuk's name was mentioned, and I completely agree. Like, I think he's been an outstanding signing, and hopefully, we can keep him next year, and again build the club around him is what we need to do. So what we're now 25 minutes, nearly half an hour in, 2 chances for each side. We're still on top, which I guess is kind of what we want. As we say, a bit of an exhibition feel about this match. There's not really anything to play for other than pride, really, to be honest. In fact, it's a great ball through. It's Brinchuk again. He needs to finish that, doesn't he? He normally puts those away for breakfast, but it's fine. He's had a long season. As you can see, fans in the highest league, they're getting involved here, which is brilliant. That's cleared though, unfortunately, so we've got 10 minutes to go, and then we'll get to I've just knocked the camera slightly there, sorry. 10 minutes to go, and we're hopefully going to see this one out to half time. In fact, Brinchuk actually looks knackered, so maybe need to bring him off as let's bring off just before half time, so you can have a full rest, and we'll put Sofian on as well. Sofian, I think is probably how I'm going to go. Sofian I quite like, but I think it's Sofian. And he's not really had too many opportunities, unfortunately, this year. But he's now got a chance to go there and sort of showcase his abilities, because he's out of contract in the summer, and to be honest, I don't really think we're going to keep him. I don't think he's shown me enough that he is capable of stepping up from the lower league, from the first division into the highest division. So he's probably going to go. There is, of course, going to be some questions about some players as the season ends, because just due to the nature of the beast, we've had players on 1-year contracts, some on 2-year contracts. Great ball in, Kovlevic with a great goal. In fact, actually, that's fired through from Grashishko, who I think is one of those players who does have his contract up at the end of the season. But that's a lovely ball through, and then Kovlevic at the back post just peels off the defender and tucks it away nicely. 2-0 to the good now, and this is quite a way to sign off, isn't it? At the end of the season, very, very happy with that. And ultimately, that the fans who've turned up now in the highest league, they're getting quite excited. They're starting to see a bit of decent football. We're having some results where we're playing pretty well. Of course, we're gonna have some results where we're not playing particularly well. But yeah, as far as end of season games go, can't really complain with this one at the minute. But of course, there is a lot of time still to play, and if I've learned anything, I say this on most videos, if I've learned anything when I'm 2-0 up, that we still might not get 3 points. But we'll see. Hopefully we should still be fine. We're still set fairly cautious, so relatively confident that we should be able to see this one out. But I'm also aware that I may have just given us the kiss of death at this point. Here's Gabby. They're really holding up the ball quite well, aren't they? But we're not letting them through just yet. In fact, we have let them through there. Disallowed. That's fine. That's all right. That's what we want. Was it offside? Yeah, he's enough offside, isn't he? He's enough offside. That'll do. A bit of a scare, and we've just sort of run our luck a little bit there. In fact, actually, Bizarre's having a bad game. So we'll have to replace him, put Ruzhin on. In fact, they're starting to come into it now. You can see their shots are now up 9 shots, 5 on target. Another highlight coming in where they're attacking, and it's just over the top. So That's 10 chances now. We've got 15 minutes left. I think it's going to be a long 15 minutes because their possession's starting to creep up as well. And I think we need to really focus in on defending. Free kick now for ourselves. Smirnov, is he going to just ping it forward? Yes, he is. Brinchuk's Safian's turned. Oh, look at that! I know I said that he didn't have enough quality about him in the highest league, but I think Sofian's just proved me wrong. I think that's a beautiful little rolls the defender, shows him the shoulder, rolls him round, and then just pings it. That's a great goal. That's absolutely fantastic. Is that enough to keep him in the side next year? I mean, if you get a contract based off the back of one goal, that's like, I mean, that's probably the sort of behaviour you get in Belarus, to be honest. But I don't know. Wonderful, wonderful goal. And in fact, there's the full-time whistle. That is an amazing way of signing off the season, to be honest. I think that the expectation was for us to go down. We haven't gone down. We've been safe all season. We've not even been in the bottom 3 or bottom 4 all season. And then we've finished with a 3-0 win on the final day. I'm very... we finished 8th. We finished 8th. Oh, right, okay, that's pretty impressive. Well, right, okay. Wow. We weren't expected to finish 8th. Okay, I'll absolutely take that. That is way above my expectations. So yes, I suppose we have to start thinking about next year. Youth players have come in, so we can start having a quick look at them, because we are going to have to now start planning. I have to try and finish at least 8th next season now, aren't we? I've put unnecessary pressure on myself. Let's see what we've got. This is Valentin Sachkovic, defensive midfielder. Fine, 1.5 stars, 16-year-old. Could be decent enough. Alexei Yakubovich. Not bad, not bad. 16 determination, 11 technique, 12 long shots. Attacking midfielder. Maybe. He's going to have to do something to displace Fedyanin, but... and we just had a look at him. Because it resets itself, doesn't it? You need to keep trying to put everything in order. So, right, what's this one then? Andrei Panishuk. He's not really got a lot, has he? As a right back, he looks 16 as well. He looks young, with his computer generated face. Artem Zuvich. Again, not really a lot there for a centre half. 6'2". Leadership's good, bravery's good. Maybe jumping's alright. Actually, maybe he might need a lot of work, but you know, he's only expected to be a 2.5 star player anyway. And then Evgeny Demidovich. Again, not really a lot jumping out at me. So in terms of youth prospects, then it's only really Satskevich who looks like he's going to be any good. But yeah, that's fine. We weren't really expecting a great deal. Actually, who's this guy? Kirill Putzilla. 17 determination, 15 teamwork, natural fitness. Nah, not really enough going on. That's not helpful. So we said at the start that we'd be wondering about whether players were going to stay and be part of the challenge next season and help us push on. And Alexei Smirnov doesn't want to be part of the challenge. So that's not good. That's not good. We're going to lose potential. Well, we're potentially going to lose. We are going to lose, aren't we? Really, we're going to lose our best centre back in the summer. 23 years old. He's, you know what? Like, I think the way that I'm going to have to play this game is just go fine. Like, just let him go. If he wants to kick off, fine. Like, we've come up, we've done our bit. Like, we'll hopefully get some money for him because he's under contract, so he's not going to go for free. And we'll just have to see what we can do. In terms of driving a bit of a deal. It might upset other people in the squad, but it's a chance. It's a risk we've got to take, to be honest. Like, I can't risk having him upset. Like, it's going to be all sort of like the winter transfer window where he's going to sort of have to go and find himself a new club. So let him do that. That's fine. But here's the end of season review. Just have a quick little look at Stanislav Lamako. You didn't see any of him this year because he's been on loan, but I think he's going to be a player that we're going to use next year. Saragan kind of in and out a bit. Sorokin, fine. Not really a great deal to talk about in terms of the players that came in terms of like guys who are jumping out. Because ultimately, the main thing is that everyone's worked together and we've done well. Like 13 defeats there, 10 wins, 7 draws. We'd have taken that at the start of the season. If someone said to me, right, that's the situation, you would have ripped their hand off straight away. No questions asked. Biggest win, 3-0. Best match, remember the 2-1 win over Barte. Beautiful match. And then the best goal of the season came from Szyznecki against Minsk, and it was in that 2-2 draw. I think it was the one that we just saw at the start of this video, if my memory serves me correctly, where, goes in for the tackle there. 1-2 is Saramaka, and bang, pings it. Absolutely brilliant goal, to be honest, from Szyznecki. Finances, we're very, very keen on shirt sales around here. 210 shirts sold now. We're making money. People rocking around with Fedyanin shirts, obviously. Brinchuk, Abramovich, Golovenko. People walk around in goalkeeper kits. That is a thing. And Saramaka as well. The shirts that people are buying. So hopefully we can keep them next season. Notice Smirnov's name's not there, so that's fine. When we sell him, no one's going to be upset. No one's bought a Smirnov shirt and going to start kicking off that they've paid good money for that, and then he goes and plays somewhere else. This is, of course, the best 11 from the season. Again, I'm sure you could have pretty much named that if you were going to take a guess. In fact, actually, Kabajev's in there as well, which is a bit of a strange one, to be honest, and not Fedyanin. So the accolades, the end of season accolades, Golovenko was the fans' player of the season. Nice, okay, very happy for him there. That's cool. Wasn't expecting a goalkeeper to be the fans' player of the year, but I guess he's had to do a lot this year, and he's earned it. He's absolutely earned it. Fedyanin, as we say there, signing of the season. Young player of the year was Brinchuk, so of course Brinchuk's going to pick up a little award for his season because he's done very well. 13 goals in the highest division, can't complain with that. 6 assists from Saramaka, 4 man of the matches from Brinchuk, and the highest rating is from Govolenko was 7, so that's pretty good, to be honest. Certainly can't complain with that. I think the boys have done well. Obviously now we need to start looking for next season. And as I say, there's pressure now. There's pressure. Like, I wasn't expected to finish 8th, and now I'm going, I'm going to have to go and speak to the players in the meeting in a minute and sort of say, right, guys, we just need to survive again next year, probably. Like, let's have a little look and see what the expectations are. The expectation is battle against relegation, right? So that's fine. Repair the club's financial damage. That's ominous. That is ominous. That may explain why, well, that's Smirnov's going, essentially. How much of that money we see, I don't know, but he's going to go. But here we go. Time to tell the players what we expect for next season. It's gonna go bad, innit? It's gonna go bad. I always do. I always press the wrong button. Like, I want them to understand that we've overachieved, but I also need them to come back next year and accept that we're gonna be in for a battle. And I don't know who we've got next year in terms of playing squad. I don't know who we're gonna bring in. I kind of want to set the expectations to low, and then anything that we do better than that is a bonus. But, of course, it's a video game. I don't know how these players are going to react. Positive. Yes. Very, very happy. Very happy with that. Normally, I was expecting to annoy them all, to be honest, and have them start to kick off. So, in that sense, I'm very happy. I'm very happy that they can go and have their pre-season break, and we can come back and we can think about next year, and we go again, don't we? 37 points is what we need to beat next season. It's a big ask, but I think we can do it. I think I've got to believe we can do it. Like, you know what I mean? I've got to believe we can do it. I've got to believe that we're going to finish at least 12th. I've thoroughly enjoyed this season. I hope you've enjoyed this season as well. We've got another year's contract, so we come back next year with the second season in the highest league. And we just go for it. Just got to go for it. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, obviously do give the video a thumbs up. Of course, subscribe to the channel, as I say, if you haven't already done so. Join the Discord as well. As I say, the link is in the description below. And of course, any comments and feedback, players you might want to see moved on, positions you maybe want to see filled during the off season, hit me up in the comments, and of course I will respond to you. But I guess all that needs to be said now is thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you very soon on the next episode of The Journeyman.